Hello, my name is Agatha, and my email, if you'd like a personal reading, is dunyazade@gmail.com. So this is going to be the astrological reading for the month of January 2019. And in this month, I'm going to have a solar eclipse on the 5th or 6th of January 2019. It's going to depend from place to place, and it's going to be at 15 degrees of Capricorn. So I'm going to explain a little bit, just about January, and then I'll do it sign by sign. This eclipse has also Pluto at 20 degrees of Capricorn, Saturn at 11 degrees of Capricorn, Mercury at 1 degree of Capricorn, and the South Node that's at 27 degrees of Capricorn. This is a lot of Capricorn type of energy. So this whatever you start, because solar eclipses talk about starting, something new, something sometimes needs to be removed out of your life. Could be a relationship of any type, a job, a situation, I don't know exactly what, but sometimes stuff gets removed in order to new stuff, in order for new stuff to have space to manifest into your life, new stuff. New person, a new job, a new career, whatever. Solar eclipses, it speaks of something new being born into your life. Whatever it is going to take a lot of effort and dedication, and it might, because it's Capricorn energy, it might help your reputation, it might help you build something in terms, solidify something into the world, in terms of career, in terms of your professional life, but it will require effort, dedication, perseverance, and the ability to deal with responsibility and duties. This eclipse also has a good aspect, which is the North Node at 27 degrees of Cancer, making a trine to Venus at 28 degrees of Scorpio. So love might be present, or opportunities to make money might be present. Another aspect which isn't all that great, it's between Uranus at 28 degrees of Aries, and actually it's going to make a square to the nodal axis, to the South Node at 27 degrees of Capricorn, and the North Node at 27 degrees of Cancer. So it's something whatever enters your life will enter almost like in an unexpected sort of way. In it's going to it's going to bring a revolution into your world. It might be shocking. And for some it might be, even painful, but not necessarily. So it's shocking, it's quick, and it's unexpected. This Uranus also makes a quincunx, an conjunction, which is an aspect of 150 degrees to Venus. Venus at 28 degrees of Scorpio, like I said. So whatever thing happens in your life which is quick, you might not be able to, there will be stress, in your life, because it will not be easy to make it work, to harmonize it, either with your love life or with the way you make money. There's something, or with your relationships, there's a difficulty there. There's some sort of stress there, okay? So then, but whatever happens, it's meant to happen in order to put you on the right path in your life. Doesn't mean you don't have to like it, okay? You don't have to like it, but it just puts you on the right path in your life, and you just have to do it. I'm sorry to tell you this. Then on the 21st of January, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo. Lunar eclipses speak of ends or culminations. It depends from case to case, from natal chart to natal chart. This lunar eclipse is going to be conjunct really close to the North Node at 26 degrees of Cancer. So this could be, connected with, because it's Leo, it might be connected with your artistic abilities, if you're an artist of some kind. Either you start doing some sort of new type of art, or you end, or you start to express yourself in a creative way, and this is a new path to you. This does not necessarily mean that you're going to make it a career out of it. It's just a way to express yourself. Or you stop expressing yourself in this way and just start to express yourself in a different way. Leo is also connected with children, and because it's near the North Node in Cancer, I would say also with family, and children. This lunar eclipse makes a very good aspect with Ceres, which is also connected with motherhood. Ceres at 28 degrees of Scorpio. So there's like a theme here of family and motherhood and children. You know, there's this theme. But again, the Uranus is making a difficult aspect with Ceres. It's making a difficult aspect with Ceres, and with the nodal axis. It's something either that exits your life, or there's a culmination of some kind. Like finally you get to become a parent or a mother or a father. Finally you get to express yourself in a creative way. Finally your art changes. But there's like motherhood stuff here connected, and if you like expressing yourself in a creative way, and this is different in you and happens quite unexpectedly. It's like, how do you say, it's absolutely necessary for you to express yourself, in order to feel free. But there's going to be some stress connected with your motherhood part, if you can say that. Like there's going to be some sort of stress connected either with the time that you need to devote to your children, if you're a mother or father, or trying to become a parent, or to the time that you spend with your mother. For instance, I see like mother here being an issue. Also Jupiter and mothering being an issue of some kind. Also, Jupiter is going to be at 15 degrees of Sagittarius, and Venus is going to be at 14 degrees of Sagittarius. And this couple, let's call it couple, Jupiter and Venus conjunct, are going to be squaring Neptune at 14 degrees of Pisces. So again, a major impulse to express yourself in a creative sort of way, but maybe like a major impulse to feel free. But you won't exactly know how. Maybe you're going to be lost for a little bit. Or maybe your art, the way you do art is changing and you feel lost for a little bit. Or maybe you just way too, how do you say, you're a visionary of some type, but you don't know how to create that vision, to make it real. But there's like this impulse to absolutely feel free. Feel free. And it can be connected with you expressing yourself and in a creative sort of way. Okay, and this is like general for all signs. Now we are going to go to sign by sign, and we are starting with Aries. I hope you listen to the first part. And so let's see how the month of January 2019 is going to be for you. I already said, I talked about in a very general way about the eclipses that are happening in January. So listen to the first part. So the solar eclipse in Capricorn is going to happen in your 10th house. So there's a change in your career for some of you. Either you start a new career, or you are elevated, you are promoted. You could be promoted. And there might be difficulties between this new career and this, which also kind of allows you to be free, but there's some sort of difficulties connected with your home life and this ability for you to be free. And this career will make you free. I don't know. Just, it's a new path for you, but someone in your family might not like it. Or a lover, a boyfriend, a girlfriend might not like it. Also, others, it could be like that you're getting married, so there's a change in the way you are publicly seen by others. You are seen as a married woman or married man, or you're getting divorced. And if you're getting divorced, again, there's like difficulties in your home life or with your closest family, and also difficulties connected with the money that you are going to be spending just to get divorced. Because there's some sort of issues here connected with money. If you're getting married, maybe you were used to, you know, not having to share your money with other people. Now you have to share it, and there's problems there because you haven't talked about it with your partner. If you're getting divorced, there's problems connected with how much money you have to pay to your ex. If you have children, how much money you have to pay to as an alimony, you know, child support to your kids or to your child. So stuff connected with that, kind of that makes you feel that you're not exactly free in terms of money. But now good things are happening for some of you in your career, in your profession. You might be elevated. Okay, you might be promoted, you might have a new career, you might be starting a path that will put you in a leadership role in maybe 2 to 3 years, or you might have a new boss. Okay, you might have a new boss that is really, how do you say, tough, you know, tough but fair, and that makes you feel that you don't have any time to spend with your family because you have to work all the time. Now, the 21st of January, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo. In your case, it's going to happen in your 5th house. For some of you, there's an end to a love affair. You know, maybe you want to devote yourself more to your family, and maybe the person with whom you were with is not the person with whom you want to form a family. Okay, and maybe you want to devote more time to your children. Let's say that you're divorced. Okay, so the person with whom you were with does not fit into your family. You don't see yourself with him or her, so you kind of end it. Others, it's the other way around. You've been seeing someone for a while and you decided to take it to the next level. Others, it could be that you find out that you're pregnant or your partner is pregnant. If that's the case, I would say that you're very happy with it. Or you find out that your wife is pregnant or your spouse is pregnant, because there's like a new addition to the family. But this kind of scares you because you're absolutely not expecting this to happen. Okay, and now you're gonna have to, how do you say? You have to try to prepare for it in terms of economically speaking. Others, there might be a birth, you know, of a child around that time. Now you're going to go to the sign of Taurus. Taurus. How is the month of January 2019 going to be for you? On the 5th or 6th of January, there's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case, Taurus, this is going to, where is this going to happen? Okay, where is this going to happen? Okay. This is going to happen in your 9th house. So there could be you starting, you're going to college, you decide to go to college, you apply to college, or you might get an acceptance letter around that time. Now, if this could be the first time that you go to college, this could be advancing your university studies. Maybe you already have a college degree, but you want to have a postgraduate in something. You want to start a doctorate. You know, does this make any type of sense? There's some difficulties connected with studying, researching, and communicating properly, or you might receive some sort of shocking type of communication. Like, let's say that you wanted to start a different type of college degree, or you wanted to go to college, or you wanted to move on up to this type of area in terms of college, university studies, and you get informed, and it's kind of shocking because it happened rather quickly, and maybe Taurus, you're not expecting it would be so quickly. What else? You will have the support of your spouse, of your partner. Okay, you will have the support of him or her. And for the next 2 years, you might be researching, you know. Another way of reading this, 9th house, maybe you will become a lawyer. Maybe you've studied to be a lawyer for a very long time, and now you're gonna do the bar exam, and you will pass the bar exam, or you will start studying to make the bar exam like a few months from now, even a year from now. You know, might be becoming a lawyer, might be becoming a judge. Others, this could be you might decide to go abroad. You know, the 9th house is connected with traveling abroad. Why are you traveling abroad? Maybe you got a news, a very kind of shocking news, that you're gonna have to move to another country, you know, for work reasons. Maybe you got a promotion and you thought, oh, I'm gonna stay where I live. Nope, I'm gonna have to move to China or something like that. You know, or you're just making arrangements to spend your retirement in another country. It could be that. And then on the 21st of January, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo. In your case, Taurus, is going to happen in your 4th house. To me, this speaks of you moving away to a different house, to a different home environment. Either some of you might be finishing up the payment of your house. Maybe you've been paying for this house for the last 20 years, 30 years or something like that, and around the 21st of January 2019, it's the final payment, and the apartment is yours, the house is yours, or finally you have the money to buy your own place, finally, you know. What else? Again, you have the support of your spouse, your partner. What else? There's like maybe renovations. Maybe you just did renovations around your place and they're finishing up, or you have the money to start to do renovations in your place where you live. Maybe, you know, the house needs painting, a new roof, whatever, something like that. You're going to spend more money than you thought you would be, by the way. You're going to spend more money than you thought. If you're hiring like a friend to do this, or if you talk to a friend to give you a referral of someone who will be good to you know, to help you in this, your friend will say, oh, I don't know, I'm going to just say a name, Robert is fine. And then Robert, you know, it's more expensive than you thought this guy would be. Anyway, what else? You could be moving to a different house. You sell your house, you're moving to a different house, you're moving to a different country because maybe you're gonna go to work in a different country. It could be that as well, okay? But it's kind of quick and kind of happens out of the blue. At least this is how you feel. Now I'm gonna go to the sign of Gemini. Gemini. How is the month of January 28, 2019 going to be for you? I'm sorry. So, 5th or 6th of January, there's a solar eclipse at 15 of 2019. There's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case, in particular, it happens in your 8th house. For some of you, it's a deep connection intimately with someone, you know, with your spouse, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend. And this deep, intimate connection, it's it's something that will take a while to develop, but you will fully commit to this one person, okay? Or you could be marrying and then you are joining up your resources with this person's resources, for instance. This could be a death in the family. I really hope that's not the case. But if that's the case, it's someone old. You might even be getting some sort of, how do you say this, inheritance, you know, some sort of money might be coming your way. So this could also be, I'm sorry, you know, getting money. How are you getting money? You're getting money because you applied to a scholarship of some type, Gemini. It could be that. Or you're much more responsible, connected with your shared resources, with your investments. Also, you're much more responsible with that, and you're making an investment for the future. And you know, in terms of money, you're gonna put your money in this some sort of investment, but it's safe, and you know, gonna get it back like 2 or 3 years from now, even longer than that. and you're not going to lose your money. It's a smart investment, and it's a safe investment that might have the potential to change your life, but it's a long-term type of thing. This could be also changes connected with your taxes, and suddenly you get the news that you're going to start paying a different type of taxes connected with your house, with your car, with your job, with your if you are self-employed. There's some sort of changes there, and that really demands out of you responsibility and dedication. Okay, so you are on top of things. And then on the 21st of January 2019, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo. In your case in particular, Gemini, this is going to happen in your 3rd house. So there's something, maybe for some of you, something good happening connected with your sibling, your brother or sister, maybe he or she, and you get like a message from them saying, I just found out I was pregnant, or I am pregnant, or I just became a mother or a father. It's something good, I would say. If your sibling has some sort of problems connected with his health or her health, maybe those problems are defeated, or you get a positive message, but quite an unexpected message connected with your sibling's health. This could be also you buying a new car because you need it, and suddenly like there's a friend who needs to sell his car or her car, and you have the money to go, and you need a car, so you go and buy it. This could be messages that come quite unexpectedly, and these messages come from a friend, you know, could come from a friend. The type of message that can be quite shocking, not necessarily bad, could be good, but from a friend, and or something connected with your long-term projects. There's a long-term project, a goal that you have that, and you get a message connected with that. Either that it's there, it's available, you can, you know, pursue this goal, or you have to let it go. You know, it kind of depends from case to case, from natal chart to natal chart. Now we are going to go to the sign of Cancer. Cancer. How is the month of January 2019? How is it going to be for you? 5th or 6th of January 2019, there's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case in particular, Cancer, this is going to be in your 7th house. Some of you might be meeting the one, you know, might be meeting the person with whom you're going to be married for the rest of your life. If you're already seeing someone, you might decide to commit, you know, to this person. You might decide either to live together or to marry. So you might be getting a marriage proposal. You might be making a marriage proposal. Even some of you, around the 5th or 6th of January, you might be marrying actually on that day or on that date, you know. But this is something that it's a long-term type of commitment that you're absolutely really sure about this, and you feel that some of you might be feeling that you're marrying actually your soulmate. The only type of difficulty that I see here, it's connected with your career, with your profession, with your job, even with your public image. There's some people, I don't know why, that will not see this marriage in a positive light, and they actually think, you know, negatively of you because you're marrying this person. I don't know why. Some of you, this is only relevant for some of you. On the 21st of January 2019, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo. In your case, Cancer, this is going to happen in your 2nd house. This could be an end to a income source. This is money that you make with your own effort. So maybe you have your regular job and maybe you lose it. I really hope that's not the case. But if you're losing your job, you're really not that upset. Maybe you need to move to, you need to be with your, let's say if you just got married, with your spouse, and maybe you are in a job that you don't like, and maybe your spouse makes more money, and there's no way that, or your spouse has, you know, more, how do you say, financial security and work security in whatever job he or she has or makes. and it makes more sense that you move to where your spouse is and not the other way around, or where your partner is. So you really don't have a problem in leaving this job, for instance. Others, you might be leaving this job because you just found out that you're going to become a mother or a father. It doesn't matter. So you're going to devote yourself more to your child, and so you kind of have to, maybe there's some sort of, you know, health issue, and you really need to take it. You might not lose the job, so you might, there's a change to your income. Maybe your doctor tells you, okay, there's a problem now, and let's say you're a woman, you're pregnant, and your doctor tells you, you really need absolute rest. In order for you to keep this baby, you cannot work anymore. You need to be, you know, most of your time you need to be in bed rest. There's some pregnancies like that. So you have to leave your job. It's not forever, okay? Okay, it's not forever, but you need to really leave it, and you might get less income because of that. And there's some sort of difficulty connected with children, the role of you as a mother or as a father, and career and work and job. Or let's say that you already are a parent and they already have kids. There's some sort of thing happening maybe with one of your children, and you need to be present for them. And this is why you need to leave your job for a bit, not forever. Now, this could be, let's say you have an ordinary job, that's fine. You don't leave it, but you have another source of income, which might even be creative. So you might have to be forced to not make money from that source of income. That source of income might leave your life, Cancer, or the other way around. It suddenly, because lunar eclipses are connected with culminations. Let's say you've been working on something, even artistic, and you just did it for your own pleasure, Cancer. You didn't do it to get money, but suddenly there's like a possibility for you to start making money out of a hobby. So you add another source of income, and you're really happy with it. And it's something that you sell online, or something that you do and you put online. It could be I don't know, writing or whatever. It's something that you might require a website in order to sell. It could be a freelance, or you're doing freelance of some sort, but it's something that really makes you happy. Now we are going to go to the sign of Leo. Leo. How is the month of January 2019 is going to be for you? On the 5th or 6th of January 2019, there's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case in particular, Leo, this solar eclipse happens in your 6th house. So this is you looking at your diet, at your the way you exercise or don't exercise, taking a hard look at it and making a full commitment to change it for the better. Okay, maybe you've always, let's say that you always wanted to cut out meat from your diet, and it was very difficult for you, and now you decide, I'm going to make this commitment. Okay, or you wanted to cut out sugar from your diet. You wanted to change your diet to make it better, for you to feel better and to have a better health. And you decide to actually commit to this new type of diet. I'm actually a Leo. I'm a Leo sun, and you know, in the natural chart, this does happen on the 6th house. But for me, in my own natal chart, it's going to happen in my 3rd house. But it's interesting. It doesn't matter if whatever sun you have, listen to that as well, because many times it's really interesting, because it connects also with whatever is happening in your life. I've been looking into the keto diet, and I've been trying to do it for a very long time, and I'm not very good at it. Okay, so maybe to me around this time, maybe this is the time where I will fully commit into keto diet. I'm hoping. Okay, that would be interesting. Or it could be that, let's say, everything is fine with your diet, you're like happy with it, you never had a problem with it and never had to change it, and it's, you know, regular healthy diet, and maybe you just wanted to start exercising because this would be good for you, and you understand you should do it, and even to like strengthen your bones, because Capricorn is connected with bones. You want to do, I don't know, could be I'll just say in Portuguese you call it musculação, lifting weights. Lifting weights is good for the bones. Could be that, could be yoga, you know. And you decide to really commit to a exercise type of plan and start doing it every day. Even let's say you're older and you understand that you need to do this in order to feel better about your, you know, becoming older but still feeling young and still being able to move around. Others, it could be like a new type of job. The 6th house is connected with work environment. You get a new job. If you're looking for a job, finally you're getting a new job, and this job is going to require a lot of work from you, a lot of responsibilities. If you do accept the responsibilities, if you work at it, there's a very big chance for you, Leo, to grow in this job, to grow inside this company. Okay, and eventually even becoming a leader, or you already being promoted, Leo, because you've been working hard, so you're being promoted, and more duties are being thrown at you, Leo, because they like the work that you do, because they think that you are a very responsible sort of person, so they elevate you, or they make you do more stuff, they give you more responsibilities, and this is something that will require some sort of studying. Another way of reading this solar eclipse, you might have new co-workers. Okay, there's a new co-worker, or co-workers might be promoted also, Leo. Then there's a lunar eclipse on the 21st of January 2019 at 0 degrees of Leo, therefore in your first house. So something, lunar eclipses are either endings or finalizations, so something might be exiting your life. Could be a relationship, could be a job. Let's say that you maybe you were doing some sort of work that you didn't like, and then like 2 weeks ago you found a new job that requires more responsibilities and hard work out of you, but it gives you something more. It gives you stability, so you leave the former job that you had, and you go into a different type of job or a different type of work. Okay, let's say that even if you work for yourself and you start seeing the payment of that, let's say that you have an ordinary job and you work in a side gig of whatever type, and you see that this side gig is growing, but in order for it to actually grow and to give you some sort of stability, you need to devote yourself totally to it. So you decide to, you know what, I'm going to leave my regular job and I'm going to devote myself totally to this side gig, Leo. So it depends from person to person. So this might imply this lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo, you leaving a job, or you starting a new job if you're working for it, or you might be elevated, or you might be, you know, leaving a relationship, or you might be entering a new relationship or a new phase of relationship where you move in with the person with whom you were seeing. So the first house is also the house connected with your physical self, with your health. So again, this theme connected with health seems to be, you know, really present. So you decide to stop eating in a certain way in order to focus on your health, or start exercising again in order to focus in your health. Now we're gonna go to the sign of Virgo. Virgo, how is the month of January is going to be for you? On the 6th of January 2019, there's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case in particular, Virgo, this is going to happen in your 5th house, which is the house of love and children. You might be, you know, you might find out that you're pregnant. Congratulations if you wanted, if you wanted to have a child. This could be your first kid, this could be your second kid. You might find out that your partner is pregnant or your spouse is pregnant. I get the feeling that some of you this might happen to some of you after a lot of hard work. You thought that you had like problems, or maybe you do have problems in conceiving, you and your partner, and finally, after seeing doctors and trying all sorts of things, you get this wonderful gift of knowing that finally you're going to have a child. You know, some of you it's this, others it's kind of like a surprise that's going to change your life, and you're older and you were not expecting to have another child, and there it is, there's a new kid. What else? This could be also committing to your artistic path and start to looking at the art that you do, the way you express yourself in a creative way. You start looking at it in a much more responsible sort of way. Now, you might want to make money out of it. Okay, it could be that. Maybe you've developed your art, whatever it is. It could be writing, it could be drawing, it could be singing, learning how to, you know, playing the guitar, playing a musical instrument, and you might have developed that for a very long time, and you know you are very good at this, and you are proficient in this, and now you start looking at it as a way to make you money, as a way to give you money. You understand that you have to fully devote yourself to this art, whatever it is, to this creative endeavor, in order to make you money. And you're going to treat it as a business, Virgo, and you have no problem with this. Virgos are very good at this. And you're going to be in a perfectionist sort of mode, so you got to be careful with that. What else? Let's say it's not the case, that you still not at that level, but you have an interest, you have a creative interest, and you decide to devote yourself fully to develop that creative interest. Let's say that you want to learn how to draw, and you decide, you make a schedule for yourself. You see YouTube videos, you write, you buy books about drawing, you sign up to local art classes, you start drawing intensively, and you decide to give yourself, let's say, 2 years, 3 years to really focus on this and really learn how to do it. And you're going to be very good at this, whatever this is. Like 2-3 years from now, you are going to excel at this, you know. By the way, 2020 is going to be a pivotal year for you in terms of art, in terms of what you have in terms of what you have achieved, in terms of your art development, not necessarily being able to live off this artistic endeavor, but how good you are at it, you know, your quality as an artist is. So this is quite good. If it's not the case, this could be something connected with one of your kids. With your child, could be your first child, or could be one of your kids. So he or she is maybe starting a new job, maybe starting their own side job, maybe going to college. Whatever they're starting, it requires great dedication, a lot of work, and an ability to take responsibility seriously. So maybe your kid is growing up and facing the responsibilities of an adult, Virgo. Then on the 21st of January, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo. In your case, Virgo, this is going to happen in your 12th house. Now, there might be a secret that comes to light, okay? This secret might be shocking and might be connected with one of your friends. There might be a connection with your friends, and the secret might be connected with money. It could be money, or it could be some sort of intimate indiscretion. Do you understand? Maybe you find out that your friend had some sort of an affair, and I'm not saying with your spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, nothing like that, but it's kind of shocking to you, okay? But you're going to be there, you're going to support this friend. I would say this. I'm going to support this friend with words. Maybe the one who's going to tell you about whatever happens is your mother. I don't know. Your mother sends you a message and tells you, "Oh my God, you have no idea what I just found out. You know, about Mary, about John." I don't know. It could be something like that. It could be nothing to do with that. It could be, for instance, you were kind of in a reclusive sort of mode and you like not going out or anything like that, and around the 21st of January you decide to start going out and maybe spend more time with your friends. Maybe you're gonna go out with your friend and you spend way too much money, okay? And maybe you get a message from your mother and your mother tells you, you spend this amount of money, are you insane? You have to save and you have to and she's like annoying you with that. You know, it could be something like that, or it could be could be making a decision of spending more time with yourself, not going out, in a reclusive sort of mode. Why? Because you want to develop this new art endeavor, for instance, or you want to start making money of whatever artistic ability that you have, Virgo. So this is going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. So Libra, let's see how this month of January 2019 is going to be for you. On the 5th or 6th of January 2019, there's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case, this is going to happen in your 4th house. So for some of you, this is a new commitment that you take with your home environment, with your domestic space, even with your family. Some of you might be buying your first house, or maybe because yes, you're buying your first house. I would say others, you are buying another property. Even this could be, you know, family property, or you're taking let's say that you inherited some sort of family property and you decided to, you know, make it real good, just to how do you say, do renovations and whatever it is. This is going to take a lot of responsibility for you. This is going to be a very long-term commitment. This long-term commitment could last between 2 to 3 years, or longer than that. So if this is your first house, you're going to have to pay the bank for a very long time, okay? But whatever this is in terms of home environment, in terms of your house, your home, the place where you live, it also gives you absolute security. This is why you're doing it, okay? Others, it could be that you have to be responsible with some sort of member of your family, Libra. So maybe there's a member of your family, mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, mother-in-law, father-in-law, who's ill or who's sick or just simply is old, and you need to take care of him or her. You know, it could be that. But in terms of like work, you know, work and money, things seem to things seem to be good. You know, in terms of work and money, things are not bad. The only thing that I see here is that maybe there's your spouse, whatever is happening in your life, Libra, is not really glad with it, is not really happy with it. It could be, for instance, you need to take care of your mother because she's not feeling well, and you decide to take your mother to live with you, and your spouse is like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like it, I don't like it. It could be that, you know. Then on the 21st of January, Libra, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo. In your case in particular, this is going to happen in your 11th house. So for some of you, finally you have reached a long-term goal. You have accomplished something. You have made it real. You have manifested a desire that you had for a very long time. And this desire could have been, for instance, to buy your home, for instance, or to build a home in your in family land and start doing that. I don't know what it is, but I would say that it's something connected with your mission in life, with your destiny, and also with your house, with your home, with property connected with your home, with property connected from the place you come from. When I say home, this could be home of your family. You might live in a country, but your family might originally come from, you know, Italy or Greece or something like that. Your objective might also have been, for instance, to move to wherever your family comes from. Now, this could be in your country, this could be to another country after you retired. So you retired and you're gonna move to a different place and your spouse is not happy, okay? It could be that. Others, it could be that you are setting in place a long-term project. You have a long-term project and you like you're planning for that. Again, I'm thinking home, I'm thinking you decide to, for instance, some of you might decide to build a house in a property that your parents or your grandparents left you. And maybe the house needs to be repaired. Maybe you only have like a piece of land and you decide to build something in it. Or it could be any other type of thing which is connected with your profession, with your career. Again, your spouse is not completely on board with this. He or she doesn't like it. Okay, there's like a problem with this, but your mother is on board. I would say your mother, there's like a family and a motherly energy here who is completely on board with this, and your mother also might be giving you money. I don't know. Or you might be getting money from your mother. This could be an inheritance of some kind. I don't know exactly what it is. What else? 11th house is also the house connected with friends. A friend might be exiting your life. Okay. Now, maybe because your spouse doesn't like this friend. It could be that. Or maybe they're like you had to pick. There's like some sort of problem between a friend and a spouse. You kind of had to pick. You had to pick your spouse. You know. Others, it could be there's nothing of the sort of that. There's nothing wrong with your spouse. It could be that it's he or she is no longer your friend because maybe you're like running for the same job. You applied for the same job and you got the job. And you got the job and you got the contract, and this friend is really not happy with that. Or it could be any other type of thing, like everything is fine with your friend, but your friend moves away to a different place, moves away to a different city because he or she got a new job. So you can't really be around this friend, you know, the way you used to be. Or it could be there's a new friend that arrives in your life. There's a new friend, and again, your spouse is not going to be totally happy with this friend. So. Okay, of course, this is going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. Now you are going to go to the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio, 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 how is the month of January 2019 is going to be for you? On the 5th or 6th of January 2019, there's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 3rd house. So this could be you starting some sort of new training. Maybe you are in a job and your boss comes to you and tells you, okay, you're going to have new responsibilities and you're going to start this new type of training. You're going to be trained for this. And whatever it is, it's heavy, it's difficult, and it's going to require, it's a heavy burden that you have to carry, but you have to be responsible with this. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm going to like it. Okay? But I think I'm going to be responsible and do what is required out of you. It also might mean that you have to study something new. Again, you're not going to like it. But if your boss is telling you this, or your bosses are telling you this, it's because they recognize you, Scorpio, as a person who has a lot of responsibility, as a person who they can trust, a person who takes responsibility and does not take things lightly, and the person who has the maturity to do this sort of job. Okay, it could be that. Now, this could be a training that you decide to do, nothing connected with your work. It's something that you decide to do because it will help you maybe years from now. It could be even 7 years from now, in terms of getting a better job. I'm not talking about going to college because the 3rd house is not connected with college and college degree. That's the 9th house. Okay, the 3rd house is something that you do yourself, you know, out of the college type of system, out of university. Let's say like learning a new language would fall also. It could be the 3rd or 9th house, but like learning a new language. You decide to learn a new language. You can decide to start to learn French, start to learn German, Spanish, whatever. And this might take 2 years for you to actually feel safe in this, feel that you 2 to 3 years, you know, it depends. And it's a long-term type of commitment. It could be 2 years, It could be less than that, it could be a year or something like that, it could be a few months, but I'm thinking this is longer. But it's a training that you do yourself, that you decide to do, that you go to class and you pay the money in order to learn a new skill. I said languages, but it could be learning how to be an accountant, I don't know, something like that. And that will help you have more job security. That's what I'm thinking. Now, this could also be that, let's say, the third house is the house of communication. You might decide to start giving lectures of something. Now, these lectures, you could go to places like institutions, like solid institutions that have been around for a very long time, and you're teaching them something. You're teaching the higher ups, the leaders. You're teaching them something new, some sort of lecture. Now, it could be you go to banks, financial institutions, or any other type of institutions, but like solid institutions, and they want your knowledge, and you go there and you give these lectures. Now you could do this online as well. Not necessarily, you don't have to go to these places physically. You can do it online, but whatever expertise you have, whatever knowledge you have, it's going to be valued. Okay, and if you put your effort on this, Scorpio, like 2 to 3 years from now, I would say maybe 2 years from now, people will see you as an expert in whatever it is. Okay, Scorpio? Then the lunar eclipse, it's going to happen on the 21st of January 2019, and it's going to happen on 0 degrees of Leo. Lunar eclipses are endings or culminations. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. So in your case, Scorpio, this is going to happen in your 10th house. So for you, it could be the end of a career, the end of a job. Okay, you're not necessarily unhappy with it. You might decide to, let's say, you just started some sort of new online type of thing that will give you income and gives you security. It could even be something that you do on a freelance type of basis, and you keep getting hired by large companies that really like what you do. I'm going to give you another example. For instance, illustration. If you do illustration, if you are a freelance artist, I would say that very good. You're going to be hired by the sorts of companies and entities and magazines, whatever, that have been around for a very long time, and they only want quality. So they keep hiring you, Scorpio. So, and you might have a very long relationship with whatever clients you have, and you might only work online, and this really suits you, and you might be making a very good amount of money, and this suits you. Why? Well, maybe you want to devote more time to be around your children. You want to be around your kids, and you want to be there for them. You want to be able to cook for them and take them to school. You really want to focus on being a mother, for instance, or a father or a parent. It doesn't matter. So you leave your job and you focus on this new thing that you're building. The only type of thing which is kind of difficult is maybe something connected with your health, your daily habits, the way you eat. Maybe you think, I'm going to have to work hard, and then you forget to eat, or you eat things which are not good for you, or you make great meals to your kids but not for yourself, or it's going to be difficult for you to actually set up the time in a organized sort of way, so you have time for your kids, so you have time for your own business. It could be that. Now, another way of reading this lunar eclipse, it's if you're looking for a job, finally you have the job. You have this new job, and it's really great, and it's some sort of job where you will be mothering, quote unquote. I don't know if this makes any type of sense to you. It's a mothering type of job. This could be a job connected with abroad, overseas of some type. You don't have to go abroad to have this job. like maybe you work for a company that is outside where you live, for instance. What else? I'm sorry, or you work in a different language. It could be that, Scorpio. Or, what else? The problem is, let's say that you started some sort of new training on your own 2 weeks ago. The problem would be to have time to do all of this. If you have kids, this is even going to be much more difficult. This is a great new job. You love this job. You feel good about it. I feel that you have time to be with your kids if you have children. It gives you time for that. There's something good about that makes you feel good. But if you, at the same time, it feels that you don't have time for everything. So you need to go to this new training that you started. Let's say it's a new language, and you need to have time to your kids. But it's weird. It's again, your priorities are not straight. You're gonna have difficulties in that case, Scorpio. I don't know, or with your health again. So maybe it could be that you already started something new, like 2 weeks ago, in terms of training, not because of your own initiative, but because your boss has told you, you're going to train in this new thing, in this new job, you're going to have new responsibilities, and around the 21st of January, you start this new thing, and it only lasted, the training lasted for like, I'm sorry, 2 weeks, and now you're going to have to start, and it's kind of difficult for you, you know, it's kind of has an impact in your health, if this makes any type of sense, Scorpio. Of course, it's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart. So, hello Sagittarius. Let's see how the month of January 2019 is going to be for you. On the 5th or 6th of January 2019, there's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case, this is going to happen in your second house. This is a new source of income, and this new source of income can stay with you, stick around for a very long time, as long as you act in a very responsible sort of manner, and if you accept all responsibilities connected with this new source of income. This is going to give you money, stability, a good reputation, but it's going to demand out of you that you learn something new, learn new skills, acquire some sort of new knowledge, and you work at this in a very dedicated sort of way, fully taking your responsibilities, and just, you know, never give up. And it might take like 2 years until this new source of income is fully established into your financial life. But after that is the case, you're going to be known as the expert, you know. This might land you great jobs connected with entities and companies that have high quality. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but going to be hired by the best. It feels to me like that. Okay, if you are looking for a job, you will find this job, but this job is going to require a lot of dedication, a lot of effort from you. You learning new things also, but after 2 years, you're going to be an expert in this new job. Okay, there's new money coming in from people who want to work with you, and it's kind of fairly easy to get this money. That's the sense that I get, and you just feel the only type of difficulty that I see here, Sagittarius, is that you don't feel creatively. You feel that you don't have time for yourself in a creative sort of manner. That you're doing this new thing, but it's like it's kind of stressful for you. Either it doesn't leave you enough time for you to be creative for yourself, or to express yourself in a creative sort of manner. You feel stuck. You feel stuck in that somehow, or it doesn't leave enough time for you to be with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or it doesn't leave enough time for you to be with your kids. Then, Sagittarius, on the 21st of January 2019, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo. In your case in particular, Sagittarius, this is going to happen in your 9th house. For some of you, might be finishing up a college degree, you know. Or, let's say that you already have a college degree. You've applied to, let's say that you don't have a college degree. You've applied to college, and around the 21st of January, you get the news that you got accepted, you're starting this process in order to apply to a college degree, in order to go to school, to university, or you already have a college degree and you want to take it to the next level and you're applying to, I don't know, let's say a doctorship of some type. And you're going to need a scholarship. You're going to get the scholarship. It's going to be easy for you to get the scholarship. Not maybe on the amount that you'd hope, but it's going to work out, I would say. Let's say that you wanted, I don't know, 100% or 80% of the scholarship and you only get 60%. It's already good, okay? It's already, you're going to have support, okay? Maybe not the full support you'd want, but you're going to have support. Or you're finishing up, again, your university studies of whatever type they are. What else? You might be becoming a university teacher, okay? And this is going to fill you, Sagittarius, with happiness. Going to be really happy with this if you are teaching at college level. But at the same time, there's someone in your family that's really not happy with that and is trying to like subtly sabotage you. Or if that's not the case, there's someone in your family who might be ill, who might be sick, and you kind of feel guilty for feeling so happy. So that's another way of reading it. Another way, it could be the 9th house lunar eclipse. You're finishing up a trip that you took abroad. Maybe you were on vacation and you had this opportunity. You went like 2 to 3 days. You went to another country, or even a week or something like that. So you're finishing up that journey, that trip. You're returning home, or you are planning a trip that you're gonna make maybe a few months from now when you actually do have vacation time. So that it could be that. This could also be something connected with your mother-in-law, father-in-law. No. With your sister-in-law, or with your sister or brother-in-law. Something with your in-laws. So something finishing up or culminating in their lives. I don't know. Maybe finally your sister-in-law has a kid, or he or she gets a new job. It's something good and positive, or he or she, maybe he or she was ill and finally they are disease free. They're not ill anymore. Very happy for them. What else? Maybe they get the surgery that they needed. What else? This could be like the end of a court case. There's some sort of court case. Maybe this is connected with money, and maybe you get the money that you were hoping. Not totally, but some of it. So some sort of court case that ends, or finally you decide to really go to court for whatever reason, Sagittarius, and you also have the support, kind of like hidden support, I would say, of your mother, I would say, Sagittarius. Of course, this is going to depend from case to case, Sagittarius. Hello, Capricorn. So let's see how the month of January 2019 is going to be for you. On the 5th or 6th of January, there's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. So if you are born around the 5th or 6th of January, a few days before, a few days after, this is going to be a monumental year for you, Capricorn. Monumental, major changes in your life, okay? Let's just hope it's good, happy changes, okay? So this is something new that happens in your life. Now, usually, sometimes with solar eclipses, in order for something new to have space to come and enter into your life, you need to let go of something. This could be letting go of old relationships. This could be letting go of old jobs. So something new and better gets to come in and manifest into your life. Therefore, this could be a new relationship. This could be a new job that you have. This could be a new job that you start, even a side gig, whatever it is. It's going to require a lot of time and dedication out of you. It's going to bring with it a lot of responsibilities. For some of you, might even have a second child, again a second, or like might have a first kid for the first time. You might have another child again, and you might already have a lot of responsibilities in your house and connected with your work. And now you have a new kid, you have a small child, and it's like you feel that you don't have time for anything. If it's not that, it's a new job or a new relationship, and there's like a feeling of heavy burden connected with this. But if you fully accept the responsibilities, Capricorn, and you're very good at this, at accepting responsibilities, if you work hard, again, you're very good at this, Capricorn. If you keep your eye in the future by working every day to reach that future, you're going to be fine. Of course, this is going to require a lot of hard work from you, even studying something new. I don't know what, but you might be having to study something new. You have to learn something new. This could even be a hobby that has the potential to change your life in about 2 years from now, you know. It's something absolutely new and different that is going to transform your life, but with it's heavy. It's heavy responsibilities, heavy duties, and you don't know exactly how to deal with this. You're going to have the support of your friends and your spouse, by the way, and someone in your family might not like this. It could even be, it's like your spouse, if you have a partner, supports you at some level, but it doesn't, he or she doesn't support you at other levels. I don't know, it's kind of like this. Supports you in one part of whatever it is that you're doing, but not in another part, if that makes any type of sense. But you're going to have the support that you need. And if it's not that, it's whatever it is, it's going to make things in your house a bit difficult. It's going to be stress around your house. Maybe you don't have time for everything. You don't have time for everyone. You don't have time to devote to your spouse, to your family, to your close family, to the family that you built, your children. There's something around that, you know. Or it could even be you have a new job, but this new job is really far away, Capricorn, and you know, it might take you like 2 hours to get to your job and 2 hours to return to your house. It's that type of thing. Also, there's some sort of stress connected with your goals and with your house, with your domestic environment, the space you live, or with your family. Then Capricorn, there's a lunar eclipse on the 21st of January at 0 degrees of Leo. In your case in particular, Capricorn, this lunar eclipse is going to happen in your 8th house. Lunar eclipses are either endings or culminations. So, for some of you, if you're looking for money for something, whatever it is, you might get the money. Okay, you might even get the money from a friend, or if it's not a friend, it's like a large institution. Your mother might facilitate that to you. Your mother might be working in a large institution, even a bank, that's what I'm thinking, and you might need money. So maybe you have this idea to build your own business and you don't have enough money. You decide to ask the help. I'm just giving you examples here. The help of your mother because she works in a bank. Let's say it's that, and she facilitates this, and you get the loan that you need. Okay. What else? This could be finishing up paying a loan, for instance. Maybe you have money. Maybe you just earned like a large prize in, I don't know, the lottery, or just get an inheritance. Also, you might get this inheritance from a friend, even in something that you really quite were not expecting. And this money will allow you to finishing up paying for your house, for instance. And let's say that you live in a very far away place from your work, so you just finished up paying your house. You can use this money and you sell your house, or you can use this money to not exactly finish up paying your house, but to move to a different place, to exchange houses and move to somewhere closer to where you work. Maybe your spouse won't like this. There's someone in your family who's not going to be all that happy for you, that you're like pursuing your objectives and having the help of your friends even. This could even be, for instance, a mother or father that kind of, or even mother-in-law or father-in-law kind of dependent on you, or even, let's say, a sibling, someone close who depended on you, Capricorn, and at some level, and now they can no longer depend on you because you're going to be 2 hours away. Okay, that you don't live close anymore. It could be something like that, but you know, money is coming in. It's going to change your life. That's for the better, I would say. Again, this could be an inheritance. This could be even finishing up paying a loan, or having the money finally to buying your first house, for instance. Or could be, what else? What else? The 8th house. This could be, for some of you, there's a love relationship that ends, like a physical part of it ends, or there's a change in that regard. So you were physically intimate with your partner in a certain way, and now you're like changing it up, I would say. You're making it different. This could also be connected with the occult. So you might have some sort of interest connected with the occult. You're studying the occult. You're studying astrology, Reiki, the occult sciences, the esoterical sciences, and like you're developing an interest in that regard. Someone in your family doesn't like it. Or you're finishing up a study connected with that also. So Capricorn, there's many different ways of reading these energies, Capricorn. Hello Aquarius, so let's see how the month of January 2019 is going to be for you. On the 5th or 6th of January 2019 is going to depend from location to location. There's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case, Aquarius, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 12th house. So it could be that you're deciding to spend time with yourself, time alone. You're kind of more like in a reclusive sort of state. Some of you might be ill. I really hope that's not the case. Plus, your North Node is going to be traveling in your 6th house, which is the house connected with health, for a while. I don't know if it's 2 years or 2.5 years, but it's going to be in your 6th house for a while. So anything connected with, you know, health, you're going to pay more attention to it, and you might understand and you might decide that, you know, spending time with yourself, resting, you know, in a reclusive sort of state, even like in a hermit type of mode, quote unquote, it's better for you in terms of health. So you might decide that. Others, you know, might be forced to do that because of health matters. Again, I really hope that's not the case, but I feel that I should give you all possible meanings connected with the solar eclipse. Others is that you're devoting more time to investigate something, research something. Now, this investigation or research might be connected with, you know, health matters, with anything medical. You might be a doctor, you know, or you might have an interest in medicine, and you're studying something, you're researching something because you have like kind of like an idea out of the blue, or you have an interest of some kind connected with something, and you understand that in order for you to understand more of this, you need to really research it, really study this, whatever this thing is. Now, it could be connected with medical type of thing, but not necessarily, okay? Not necessarily. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that someone in your family, a young child, is ill. And it's some sort of weird illness, which is rare. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not telling you this is going to happen, okay? It's just an example. And you feel that, well, this is unfair, and let's say that this disease is so rare, there's no medical treatment for it, or the treatment available isn't very good, or this child is condemned to, you know, to only live a very short period of time, and you don't think it's fair. And you, being an Aquarius, being a very rational type of person, you decide, you know what, I'm going to study this. I'm going to take the rational point of view, and I'm going to see if really the doctors are correct or not. And you don't, or if there's something that I can do. I'm going to give you, this is just an example, okay? So you decide to do that. You decide to take the logical, rational approach, and you decide to take the scientific point of view, and you just decide to research this as much as you can, and you might get a result 2 years from now. 2 years from now, you might get a deep result that might even end up, for some of you, changing part of the medical field. I don't know. I'm thinking about Lorenzo's Oil, which is a movie. You know, research that. It could be something like that. What else? Now, I said medical field, but it could be any other type of thing. Let's say you are an investigator, okay, and you are a scientific investigator. I don't know of what field. Let's say you are studying physics. I don't know. You might be immersed in some sort of new work for the next 2 years. And that's going to be your life, basically. You're going to research something, you're going to work on something. It's going to be long hours of research, you know, immersed on the books, immersed on some sort of investigation that, you know, like some sort of, not just necessary books, but, you know, experiments that you're doing. And like, you're doing hard work, and is going to require a lot of dedication, responsibility, deep commitment, and it's going to pay off in about 2 years, more or less. What else? This could be Aquarius. This could be, you know, maybe you decide to devote part of your time to those who cannot help themselves. Maybe you decide to do some sort of charity work, to like in prisons, in hospitals, stuff like that, you know, go and help them. I don't know in what way, but you, whatever abilities you have, you might decide to share them with those sorts of people, you know, really implement some sort of charity as well that might have the ability of helping a lot of people in the long term. Again, I don't know what it is, but it could be some sort of charity. What else? And it's going to be difficult to communicate your plans. People won't understand it. Okay, especially people in authority, they will not understand this. It's like you don't know how to put this into words in a way that people understand it. What else? Or you communicating in a very harsh manner and you think everyone is stupid. Okay, it could be that, or it could be some sort of secret that comes out. Okay, some sort of revolution, something that was below the surface, and a secret comes out and you don't know how to handle this, but secret that has the potential to change your whole life. This could be also other type of research, like family research. Okay, you're investigating your family tree, and there's some sort of woman with authority in your life that really doesn't like this sort of research, because there might be like a family secret that's been a secret for a very long time, and now you're digging it up, Aquarius, and there's a woman who really doesn't like this. It could be your mother, your grandmother, you know, a woman of authority, and she really doesn't like this, and you start making questions, and she's going to be harsh with you. Okay, then on the 21st of January, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo, Aquarius. In your case, this is going to happen in your 7th house. For some of you, there's the divorce, there's a separation, there's, you know, finalization of that. I really hope that's not the case. If that's indeed the case, it's a long time in the works. Okay, it's not quite unexpected. It might kind of happen in a way that's more or less unexpected, but if that's the case, I mean, you already were having trouble. For others, it's the other way around. You were with someone for a while and you decide to marry this person, or you decide to take it to the next level and move in with him or her. Okay, it could be that. And just, you know, moving in with him or her will make your everyday life easier. Marrying this person will make your everyday life easier. The only problem here it's other neighbors, siblings, communication of some kind, but everyday life seems easier just being with this person. And also being with this person is going to help you in your career, if this makes any type of sense. Others, it could be you marrying your boss. Okay, and I think it's a female boss. That's what I'm thinking of, like a deep female energy. You're marrying your boss, I don't know, or your bosses really like this person you married, or your image, the way you appear to others improves, your public image improves by marrying this person. Others, it could be that you're signing up a contract that will make you, what do you say, will elevate you in your work, in your career, in your profession, or you're being promoted. It could be that. Others, like maybe your spouse is retiring. It could be that as well. Again, there's a contract here. Others, it's your, maybe there's a contract that ends. But if it ends, it's not necessarily bad, because you might have like a new contract ready to go. But if there's a contract which is signed, I think that you're going to keep your job and you're going to be elevated, and because everyone likes you, Aquarius. Okay? So this is the reading that I have for you. Of course, it's going to depend from natal chart to natal chart, Aquarius. Hello, Pisces. So let's see how the month of January 2019 is going to be for you. On the 5th or 6th of January 2019, it's going to depend from location to location. There's a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn. In your case, Pisces, this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 11th house. So there's a new group of friends entering your life. These people are older, wiser, and they are going to transform your life. You might decide to join some sort of group or association. Could even be a political group or a political association. I'm even thinking, you know, something connected with Freemasons. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but whatever group this is, it's long established, and being in this group requires, it has a lot of good reputation, you know, at least, you know, it's strong, stable, it's been around for a very long time. It might be a bit conservative, but this group that you join might have the potential to completely change your life, as long as you devote yourself and commit yourself to it. I don't know what this is. This could be something simple, not simple, but like joining a theater group. Could even be a, it's not a professional group, like something around your community or your city, but it's kind of like you do it for free, and you got this great luck of being, you go to audition because you think it would be cool, you know, to belong to this group. I'm just giving you this as an example. You know, I said political, but now I'm saying theater type of group. If it's a theater type of group, they'll do plays that have been long established, like Shakespeare plays. You know, that's sort of work. They go to the classics, I would say. So if, let's say there's audition, there's like actually a movie. I don't know if it's a Canadian movie. I really like that movie, and from time to time I see it on TV because it keeps repeating. It's about this guy and his girlfriend dumped him, and I think I don't know if it's a Canadian movie, and he just kind of decides, and he's really sad, decides there's open audition for like a local theater group for, how do you say, Cyrano de Bergerac. And this, again, I don't know if this is a Canadian movie or American movie, and it's in English. And he decides to audition, but he decides to audition to a very small role where he doesn't have any lines or anything like that. And he has no theater training. He's not an actor or anything like that. And he gets the main part. He gets to be Cyrano of Bergerac, which is amazing. And it's a whole voyage, it's a whole trip, it's a whole development of the self being in that theater group, because it's not the sort of thing that it's kind of normal to him. It's absolutely not normal to him at all. And being picked as the player, as the first, as the main man, it's scary, and it's a new adventure, and it's something he didn't expect, and it's something that he really didn't want to do. I'm thinking it could be something similar, you know. You never know, Pisces. You might see something like open auditions come today. And again, it could be local, but really with great prestige type of group. And you might even understand that you're not going to be paid, or going to be paid very little. And you're going to do this besides your normal work. It's going to require a lot of effort, you know, long hours of work. And you decide, you know what, I'm going to do this. And you might be entering this, for instance, theater group. It could be that. But there's like a new group of friends entering your life. And they're older and wiser, and being around them, it's transformative. Somehow transformative. Again, whatever group this is, I'm thinking it has something to do with your work expression, with the way you express yourself artistically, I would say. What else? What else this could be? The 11th house is the house of long-term projects. You're delineating to yourself plans because you have a long-term goal, have a long-term project, and you decide, so I'm going to achieve this, whatever this is for you. I don't know what it is. So you're delineating a plan, and you understand that you have to follow this plan. You have to commit yourself to this plan. You have to be very responsible with it. You have to take, this duty and responsibility in order to achieve whatever goal you have in mind for you, and it might take a few years until you achieve it. But if you commit yourself to it, to this plan, to working every day in a persistent sort of way, every day to it, in about 2 years you'll get it. I don't know what it is. Okay, it could be buying your first house, buying your first car, buying a house, buying a car, opening up your business, studying something in order for you to get some sort of certification. I don't know what it is, okay? But you committed to it. Okay, Pisces, again, it could be something connected with being creative. It could be connected with having kids. If your goal is to be a mother or a father, to be a parent, it could be that. If your goal is to place your child in a certain type of school, and because you know that school is very good, Pisces, and you don't live in the place where it would be easy for you to put for instance, this is just an example, to put your kid studying in that school because you don't live in that city. Maybe your long-term goal is to move to that city in order to provide better schooling to your kids. It could be that, this is many different types of being read. This could be your long-term goal. It could be even finding a husband, a wife, a spouse, like someone with whom you could really commit, and you have an idea and you develop a plan and you follow that plan, if this makes any type of sense to you. And your spouse might even be from a different environment, even from abroad. Then, on the 21st of January 2019, there's a lunar eclipse at 0 degrees of Leo, Pisces. And why do I say Leo the way I say it? Because I'm a Leo and I like Leos, that's it. This is going to happen in your 6th house. So, lunar eclipses are endings or culminations. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. So, this could be you. If you're looking for a job, finally you get a job. Finally, okay? And this is the type of job that is kind of fulfilling to you on a creative level, but might not be paying you all that much in terms of money, and you're not happy with it. But in terms of creative fulfillment, you're happy with that. Or it's the type of job that leaves you enough time to be with your kids, but again, the money isn't all that great, okay? What else? Now, if this is not the case, if it has nothing to do with getting a job, it could be you losing your job, or you leaving your job for whatever reason. Now, you might be leaving your job because you feel that, no, this is not paying me enough, okay? And my goal is to go back to university and finishing up my college degree, for instance, just as an example. And maybe you have the support, for instance, of your mother to do that. So your mother takes care of your kid, is happy to do that while you go to school. Your mother supports you for you to finish up your college degree, for instance. In this way, you would have a better access to a better job. Maybe, and I'm just giving you an example, 2 years from now, or it could even be less than that. Could be even be like a year. You only need from 6 months to a year to finish up your college degree, and then things get easier. What else? What else? This could be you moving. You have a job, but it's like abroad, or if your mother is abroad. I'm saying mother because there's the good trine here between this eclipse and Ceres. but she's at 28 degrees of Scorpio in the 9th house. The 9th house is connected with foreign places. Sirius is connected with motherhood. She was the mother of Persephone, and it's connected with mothers, I would say. And so let's say your mother is already abroad and she's working abroad, she's living abroad, and she facilitates you moving to this new place. And there's a place for you abroad. You can take, if you have kids, you can take your kid. Again, like in terms of money, things are not gonna be all that great, but I think this is a long-term type of thing. Again, what else this could be? This could be something connected with your health. So if there's some sort of health issue, finally get rid of it, or finally you have the help for it and you need to go abroad to do some sort of treatment, and again, money is an issue. If it's not you, it's your kid. One of your kids, a child, he or she has problems with, there's some sort of health issue, but there's like help available abroad. But money, money is an issue. Don't have sufficient money, you're stressing over money, something like that. Or if it's nothing like that, it's like you're changing your diet, the way you eat. You're changing your diet, and because you want to be a good example to your kid, Pisces. It could be that you want him or her to stop eating bad stuff, so you decide, what, in order for me to help my kid start eating in a proper way, I must also start eating in a proper way. So you decide to start doing that. You might not be happy with this because you might have to give up a lot of food that you love, and your child might not be happy with it for the same reason, but you understand that you must do this. If it's not, something connected with diet, it could be exercising. So you decide, my kid is having, for instance, just an example, a weight problem. You start to see that your kid is developing weight, and you want to tackle that problem, and you decide to, okay, you go to this after school, I'm going to start, for instance, karate classes or swimming lessons, and I'll do it as well. Okay, I'll do it with you. So again, as an example, would be as an example to your kid. Or this could be like something much more simple. You're gonna go to take tests. You do exams, like health exams, but not because anything is wrong with you, but just maybe you once a year that you should do this exhaustive sort of medical exams, and you're doing all of that. Okay, and maybe you take your kid also. Okay. And maybe they are a bit expensive, but you must do them. So that's it, Pisces. This is the reading that I have for you for January 2019, also for all the other signs. And if you would like your own personal consultation with me, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.